say there's no particular place where you would recognize anyone because it's all pieces. It's a nose or an eye or a mouth or a profile or something like that. Often I find myself, when I can't find the angle of the mouth I want or the just the right angle of the face that I want, I'll just simply take a photo of my face because I know I'm going to replace every element anyway. I'm going to redo the eyes, I'm going to find a different nose, I'm going to do that sort of thing. And that's how the art started. I started just going through all the family photos and getting sources from there, some of my childhood photos. But obviously that was a finite resource. And in certain cases, I'll go back and use a face I've used before because again, I'm going to take it apart anyway. It almost doesn't matter anymore because I'm creating the eyes, I'm creating the noses and the mouths. Most of the mouths are just the basic cliche shape of the mouth, and then it's just embedded with textures that I've taken, photos that I've taken of wood and bark and leather and whatnot. So, and the eyes, most of the eyes aren't really eyes. They're coins or buttons or something. So that's where it all started, was the family photos and self-portraits, but now it's sort of anywhere. So the source material, the most important part of the source material is actually the textures that you see and some of the historical documents that I use that you see. The bodies and the faces, I'm kind of creating those as I go from a library I've already got. There's a very specific message, and it is, regardless of, like I said, I use some historical documents. So some of those documents may make mention of slave ads or wanted posters for runaway slaves, things like that. And then some of the images have elements of, nooses, elements of cotton, things that evoke a violent past, a violent American history. But in none of these faces will you ever see anything that looks like surrender. In none of these faces will you ever see anything that looks like fear or defeat. So I like juxtaposing those images versus faces that are proud and defiant, and in some cases happy, in some cases ambivalent, but never defeated, never fearful, always sort of resistant or not even caring about what you might think of. The looks on their faces to me is one of the most important things, and that's what I want people to take away is either just a beck and call, just a stare, almost like a blaming stare. Like, are you really going to live your life like this? Is this really the country we're going to be in? Like this, really? Seriously? Like, to me, that's what that face is saying. And then there's some faces that are just like, I can't be bothered with this today. I'm just going to be black today. I'm not going to worry about your issues today. So yeah, there's definitely attitude and messages in that. But yeah, absolutely, there's a thing in the faces. No, but that's why the work started in the first place. So I had been a graphic designer for 25 years, and I'd gone to school for both art and design, but obviously I took the practical route and got a job as a designer. And I always thought I'd come back to art, and I just kept putting it off. I was like, eventually. And then things started to add up. Trayvon Martin, Mike Brown, just all the names just started to add up. And what hit me like a ton of bricks was that I'd already had a list. I had a list going back to the 50s, started with Emmett Till. That list was already there. I didn't need camera phones to know about the list. So it hit me like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I waiting? What am I waiting for? So I just started making art in 2014, started showing art in 2016, and 15 is when it really hit exactly what I'm doing. 14, I was just kind of messing around. 15, it got real serious. I'm like, this is what you should be doing. So anything that's happened in the last 2 or 3 years, I was already on board.